Hello YouTube, it is Avraycon back with another video. So today I'm going to do kind of a first impressions over this first closed beta of Swords of Legends Online. And just so you know, there's another beta coming up in a week. I will come back and probably do another video covering more in-game stuff in that video, but this is going to be more of a first impressions video, kind of go over some of the experience I've had in the game and a little bit of the character creation, combat, graphics and things like that, and kind of my personal opinion of it. And then after the next beta is over, I'm going to come back and talk more about in-game. But let's just start off quick with the character creation real fast. I mean, you get these you got the Spear Master, Berserker, Spell Sword, Bard, Summoner, Reaper. This is not gender locked, so you can play male, female on everything. One interesting thing about the classes, and I will show this in the game in a little bit, is you can play each class as two roles. So this game does have the Holy Trinity as of a tank, healer, DPS. So for instance, this is a summoner. You can play him or her as ranged or support. Spear Master, you can play as melee DPS, or it says tenacity, but it's basically a tank. Reaper, you can even play, DPS. It's kind of rogue assassin class, or you can play support, healing and stuff. So you can play each class two different ways. So I want to just jump in and show you a second of the character creation. So let's jump in here. You basically got the basic, you get your presets, a little bit of skin color. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. You can change a lot with the face right here. As you can see, there's a lot of options when you start going down, a ton of options. You can change the eyebrows, eyes, change a lot of this stuff, lips, lip colors, a little bit of beards. I wish there was more beard options, I will be honest with you, but it is an Eastern MMO, so there's not going to be as many beards over there. And you get some marks on the face. You can kind of move up and down, as you can see. And you get some tattoos. And the tattoos you can kind of make darker, lighter as well. So, and change the color tone too. So yeah, there's different things. I got the hair in the way of some of this. Hairstyles. I wish there was more hairstyles. There's a lot of like man buns for the guys. Change the colors, and then you can put like little things in the hair. Body type, you can change a lot right here, as you can see. And that's basically, kind of the overall of the character creation. I won't spend too much time on it, but kind of give you the overview of it. So let's jump on to the next part. So here is the very beginning of the game. After you make your character. And this is kind of, you do have a tutorial area, like most MMOs. As you can see, you can change on how you do your character movement. This is gonna be probably more the standard, or you can use your mouse to move right and left. So you can change this however you want to. In any time in the game, this is not permanent. All you gotta do is hit control and it'll change how you move your character. So you have two options on how to move your character as well. I do want to show you a little bit of the game settings. So there's a lot of you can change your UI scale, how big you make it, smaller, bigger, all this out. So you can go like 0.2, so you can make it a lot bigger, smaller. Mouse cursor, advanced sensitivity, show a lot of these different things, show buffs, just a lot of different things on how you can like double tap move for dodge. You don't have to use that. There's another way to dodge. A lot of different settings you can really change with the game. A lot of different graphic settings too. So depending on your graphics card, you can really change a lot, all the way down like cloud. I mean, just like a lot of stuff. Sound effects. So there's a lot of stuff you can actually change in the game. I will say this: I do think the game needs to be optimized a little better. I don't think it's optimized that well right now. I'm running a 3080 card. I got a brand new computer from scratch like 4 months ago, so I do probably have a stronger computer than most people, just because I bought everything just started from scratch. I think it could be optimized a little more. We'll see how it goes. But I'm running everything on 1440p and probably 90% max settings. A couple things turned down. But I'll show you some of the scenery right here. I mean, some of the scenery in the game is absolutely stunning. As well. Now in the beta, the text is English, but the dialogue is not English. So when they talk, it's not in English, but the text is in English. Hopefully that gets fixed for the launch. I don't know if it will be. I think that's a big miss, whatever, if they don't do it. As you can see, you got the yellow area to show you kind of where to go. As you can see, more of the scenery is very can be beautiful in this game. The graphics are as you can see, is pretty good. I'll skip this cutscene. You can skip the cutscenes in the game. Graphics are pretty good. I wouldn't say it's the best graphics, but the way they do it, the scenery can be very nice. But I'm not gonna say there's incredible details in the textures from that standpoint. Art style is very subjective. Some of y'all would love the art style. Some of y'all will not like the art style. It does have the more of an Eastern influence on the art style as well, but that's really up to interpretation. But it is a you know, it does have some great scenery in the game. So let's move on to the next thing I want to talk about. So now I hopped on actually my Reaper. I did go with the DPS role on this guy. Oh, let me show you something real quick too before we get into that. So you can actually change, you can move all these bars, the interface, around anywhere. So the UI is extremely customizable to move anywhere you want to. So you can really change a lot of stuff. Just a heads up on that. But yeah, I got the I did go with the DPS class. You can switch roles, so I can go from the DPS healer whenever I want to. So you're not locked in to do that at all. So if you choose DPS, you can switch to healer whenever you would like to as well. This is kind of like a main city. I think this may be the main city of the game right here. And you do get a mount pretty early on in the game. You get this kind of sword mount. You can go all the way up and kind of fly wherever you need to fly. You can see some of the scenery I was talking about earlier. It is, you know, can be kind of stunning as well. So as of the combat, I'm gonna show you a second. It's very fast paced. Extremely fast paced. But it looks a little more hack and slash than what it is. Like if you watch videos, it may look, so I'm going stealth out here, it may look a lot more I'm kind of over level for these guys, a little more hack and slash than the combat actually is. And I'll show you what I'm kind of mean by it. So when you go and you start looking at some of the abilities in the game, I forgot what my so when you start looking, the details on how the abilities work, like when you go into your combos, it really can set off other type of things. Like this has a poison it sets off, and all these abilities synergize together. So you may do, you know, one ability, you spec into this right here, like right here I can spec into all these different kind of passives, and it sets off different things with abilities. So ability, it's kind of like morphin ability, kind of like an ESO, not really like that, but it kind of can change how abilities work to a certain degree depending on how you spec it. So it is a little more in depth than what it looks like just by watching like a stream. Some, like if you play the Spearmaster, let's say if I hit like my button right here, when I hit this, it may proc this ability to completely change. So it wouldn't have this, it wouldn't be called the same ability. It would change into something else. For instance, this right here will go into it says War Moon, but eventually it will go into War Moon Darkness. It will actually change how it works. It will proc depending on the prerequisites I do with other abilities and the spec I have. So it is a little more detailed. I know it's kind of hard to explain just by talking about it, but it's a little more detailed than what you would actually think. You also do get a pet. You see this little thing right around me right here. This is actually a pet you get. You can barely see it glowing. Let me make one. Let me show it a little bit bigger. See if I can get one that's a little bit. See that now this one's bigger right here. You can see it right here. This is a pet. You feed it. You can feed it. Change how it looks, but actually will give you like buffs. I don't know all the details on it, but it's kind of a unique thing. But you can also just kind of turn off. It says show pet, so you can turn it off so you can hide it if you don't want it. So it is kind of a that's kind of a unique feature. So you say right here, so you feed it food kind of, and it levels up. You know, get skills and something to do with crafting on this, which I will cover stuff like that in the next video after the next beta. Once I get into crafting more, I just again, this is a first impressions video. So let's go into let's talk about the right here. So this is kind of your spec. You get points, and eventually you'll spec into all this stuff and level up all the way through here, and you get different, you know, different passives. As you see some of this stuff, it says the astral essence cannot be used in PvP. So there's a lot of this stuff is not going to be used in PvP. I'm not sure if it's all of it can't be, but it looks like most of this stuff right here is not used in PvP. So I think they may be trying to do that from a balance standpoint. So I got my Reaper right here, which is my my assassin right here, which I'm currently using, but I can activate my healer spec, and now I'm activating my healer spec, and it will change into my healer spec, so I can now play a healer. Now I'm actually a healer. It's that simple. Now I'm gonna go back and activate my assassin's spec and go back. So that's kind of a unique thing. You can change it on the fly if you want to, so it's very easy to do. And let's go back to the, so here is your so this is my assassins, and what you right here is what you will get if you go healer. So this will switch, but I don't have the healer spec on, so I don't get any of these abilities at all. As in resource management, your abilities will use resources right here, but you will have a spammable that does not cost any resources, which allow you to get resources back. So when you do run out of resources, you still have your spammable that will still do damage and stuff like that. The damage won't be that high, but allows you to get resources back in the middle of a fight. Again, it's a very fast-paced combat. I think it's very fun. It takes a second to get used to, and it is more in depth than what it looks like watching a stream. I promise you that. I've only played the Spearmaster and this in the Reaper so far, and this guy is 27. My Spearmaster I think is around level 20. The beta is right now max level 36 as we talk about now. I do think the combat is very fun. So let's talk about the I know this is a big concern for Eastern MMOs coming over, the cash shop. The cash shop is nothing in this is pay to win with the cash shop. That is a massive bonus. None of this is pay to win, and it's just costumes and stuff, cosmetics. You can kind of try it on, kind of see some of the cosmetics. Of course, you'll get your mounts. You can buy different mounts, and they do have some really cool mounts in the game. That's not even in the cash shop right now. Like right here, let me show you just some of these cool mounts. I mean, you get some really cool, really awesome looking mounts. I think you can get a panda. Some of the horses are really cool. I mean, you get like a cool, I mean, this carriage is pretty awesome looking. Just a lot of different kind of unique kind of a mounts and stuff. I mean, you get a I think there's a phoenix somewhere right here. You get a phoenix right there. I mean, there are flying mounts and stuff like that. So as you can see, this city right here is pretty stunning right here. So guys, I'm gonna kind of show you a couple more things. So when you're leveling up, you really don't get the in-game dungeons, but you get something called drills, which is basically dungeons. These dungeons you can do it kind of solo. You can do it with the companion. I'm pretty sure you can do it with the group too. I've been doing them solo. And they're basically like you're leveling up dungeons. And then when you get to like max level, this is how I understand it so far. You get like normal and hard mode, and then of course I think there's raids. Again, once I go through the next beta and get to the end game and do some of the content, I'm gonna make another video on that stuff. But yeah, leveling up, you can do drills, which will, you know, have like bosses, mini bosses that will drop chests for gear and things like that as well, before leveling up. The dungeons are, I've noticed, like 4 to 10 players per dungeon, so I don't know if it scales with you, or I'm assuming it probably would scale with the number of players, but I'm not 100% sure. Also for the in-game PvP, I can't do PvP yet. I think that's all in-game stuff unless it's going to be changing at launch. But you can get, let me find it right here. It is right here. So they do have ranking with PvP as well. So you can see like the ranks of the players in the groups and stuff like that. So they do have ranked PvP as well. Let me see what else I can kind of show you. So on the map right here too, these red things right here are like mini bosses on each zone that I've noticed. And you'll use this item right here. You go to the area, you pop this, and it will actually spawn a boss you fight. And I'm not sure if you do all the bosses in the zone, if you get any kind of reward, achievements. I'm not really sure on that at the moment, if that is how if that works. Also, your gear you can actually upgrade your gear. I think you go to like the blacksmith or whatever, and I think you may extract items. Like right here, you get this extraction, and I'm gonna do one right here. So I extract this, and then this is gonna go down and it's gonna give me materials right here. And I don't know if this is what you do. It's upgrade material, your armor and stuff, but you can upgrade your armor. Oh, right here, here it is, right here. PV, it strengthens the PV weapon. So yeah, you can upgrade your armor and stuff like that. And I do think there is PvE and PvP gear. Some abilities also do more things for PvP than PvE. So that so it will work a little bit different in PvP. And just so you know, I'll get just a little quick fight right here to show a little more combat. See, right now I got the moth cloud, and that's because I took a passive to be able to get the moth cloud. So yeah guys, I think that's basically it. Just want to show this to you and kind of getting this first impression. And I will probably, like I said, another beta is going to be coming out in a week for a full another week, and I will want to get in game and do some of that stuff as well. If you like this video, guys, please hit like, subscribe. It helps me being a smaller YouTuber, newer YouTuber. Also, I do stream on Twitch. I'll put my Twitch link below. I normally play fantasy games. MMOs are my favorite genre, but I will play some fantasy PvP games as well. But yes, but guys, that's basically it. Kind of want to give you the rundown of the game a little bit. First impressions. Overall, it's pretty fun. I'm not saying it's the perfect MMO, the best MMO. It's just fun right now. I'm having a blast with it. You know, so it's you know, it's worth checking out. Maybe your style may not be But yeah, that's it, guys. And I will see y'all next time. Thank you for staying around.